You know, there's advantages and disadvantages to a tarp like this. Some of the disadvantages are on a real buggy night, which I've been through, there's not much to stop the bugs coming through, and they, at least me, they keep me up at night. The rain, it's kind of nice because right now I can look outside the tarp and get a front row seat on that rain, yet I'm mostly protected. So if you take a look at this, I put up a hiking pole just to pitch up the tarp a little bit, and I can watch the rain. Now these two are stuck in the tent. Now that tent, of course, is going to offer a lot more protection, especially against a really bad storm with the wind blowing and howling and blowing the moisture every which way, where this tarp obviously not going to provide as much protection. Also, the tarp is much lighter weight than that tent. It's easier to pack, it's easier to carry around. For that reason, I've really drawn to the tarps. Now, so far the tarps I'm using are not expensive ones. They're about $8 max. So again, one of the disadvantages of that is in a bad windstorm, are my tie-outs going to hold, or are they just going to rip off because they're not reinforced? Another aspect of tarps is generally they require some knowledge of knots and how to set up, whereas tents are a little more intuitive and most people can figure it out. So there is a little bit of knowledge difference between the two. While there is some management, moisture management with a tent, you do still have to worry about the tarp, and a little more so. As you can see, it's dripping, and if you have the tarp underneath where this is folded out, that moisture is going to come off the tent, hit your tarp, and then roll right into where you're sleeping. So there's a bit more management when it comes to tarps for the moisture than it does the tents. The tarp has a slight advantage over the tent, and some may argue a bigger advantage, but it's much easier to cook underneath the tarp because you don't have to worry about the carbon monoxide so much. Now obviously you're not going to cook inside the tent, but I have been able to open the vegetables a little bit and cook inside there. But again, this is a little easier. But there's some quick thoughts on tarps versus tents.